Next major storyline that we have learned, y'all, is yes, Florida State was an absolute fluke. It's crazy because everybody was buying, they was drinking on the Florida State Kool-Aid at the beginning of the season. Rightfully so, man. They put it on Alabama, came up with a big time victory, but they ain't looked the same since. They went on the road, lost to a really good, formidable team in the ACC in Virginia, who has a chance at the ACC championship game, 46-38. Came up just short in that game, and they have been spiraling under control. I mean, spiraling out of control. And I really think if it continues like this, that you're going to see, Mike Norvell's job be on the line. I hate to say that. I never want to come for somebody's manhood, never want to come for somebody's livelihood in their job. But if this ends up in a situation like how we saw with Penn State, where we got 3 consecutive losses, and let's say they're not even in the conference, let's say they get to maybe 5 wins, I think Mike Norvell's fired. And the whole thing I told y'all was, like, Tommy's okay. Tommy's fine. He's good and average. Tommy's not an elite quarterback, right? Tommy's not a guy that's going to get you over the top. That's just what it is, right? He's been, for the most part in his college career, a average quarterback, and he's never been a guy that's taking you over the top. Now, they got some good defensive players. We know about, obviously, their true freshman they got on the defensive line this year, who's really good. And we know about some of the talent they have on the outside. The running backs that they have that are really good in Gavin Shawshuck. Obviously, you got Usman Kroma and so many things like that. So they got the talent and they got the players, but they're not performing up to snuff. Now, look, last week against Pittsburgh's a good football team. They're one of the few where their record doesn't really show it. But coming in, they were a dark horse candidate. Remember, last year with Eli Holstein, who was obviously now hurt, they were 7-0, right? This team was right in the running for getting to a CFP. There was a dark horse contender just like SMU was last year, right? Those were the 2 teams that really surprised you. They brought back the majority of their talent. Now, Eli's not in there. And basically, now they have another true freshman that's taken over, Mason Heitstrel, who was their starter. He was named SEC Freshman Player of the Week right before they played Florida State. Didn't have his best game when they played the Seminoles. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But nonetheless, they believe in him, and they were able to come out with another victory. And Desmond Reed lit up that Florida State defense. 200 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. Could not be stopped. So it is unfortunate, but yes, FSU was a fluke. And this is why I love college football. I keep telling you guys this, but week 1 doesn't matter, sure. But it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It really don't. Because you can get that opening victory and then mid-season you spiral out of control. Remember, football is a game of attrition, right? How long can you last through the season? It's 12 grueling games, and then take into account also the playoffs. The most mentally tough team is gonna be the one that makes it. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't mentally tough, you don't get chewed up and spit out. You can start off 0-1, 0-2. You get hot towards the end of the season or mid-season, then you're able to make a CFP playoff, right? You're able to get into that conversation of an SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12 championship. That's what matters. It's towards the middle of the season and where you're at. That's why I love week 1, and that's why I love this new format, because if you have an early loss, it doesn't necessarily negate you and kick you out of the standings and the ability to make a CFP playoff. Now, before, yes. Now, no. So that's why I love it. But, yeah, FSU was a fluke, unfortunately. I think they're done. 3 consecutive losses. They would have to win out. 6 games left in the season. I personally don't see it. They got some good players, Earl Little, good linebackers and things like that, but I don't think Tom is the guy to get you to where you want to go, respectfully.